And welcome. Have you ever stopped to think about how a giant global company manages to keep everything in sync? We're talking production lines, warehouses, purchasing teams, all moving together? Well, today we're going to peek behind the curtain and look at one of the most fundamental, and I mean absolutely critical, pieces of SAP material management, the factory calendar. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll nail down what a factory calendar actually is. Then, we'll get into something called special rules for handling those unique business dates. After that, we are going to clear up a super common point of confusion, factory versus planning calendars. We'll wrap up with a quick look at how they're set up and, of course, the key takeaways you'll want to remember. All right, let's jump right in. All right, so first things first, what exactly is this thing? Well, the easiest way to think about the factory calendar is as the operational heartbeat of your entire business. It's the system's one single source of truth for when work is supposed to happen and when it's not. I mean, just imagine for a second, you're trying to schedule operations for factories in, say, Germany, the US, and Japan. They all have different holidays, different work schedules. It sounds like a logistical nightmare, right? How in the world do you get a single system to keep all of that straight so your planning isn't a complete mess? Well, that's exactly the problem the factory calendar solves. It's a specific configuration in SAP that lays out, with no ambiguity, which days are work days and which days are off for a specific plant. And this little detail impacts literally everything, from when you can promise a delivery to a customer to when a supplier invoice is due. Now, here's a super important technical detail you have to know. These calendars are what we call client independent. Now, in plain English, that means a change you make to a calendar isn't just happening in your little corner of the system. It can affect the entire company's SAP landscape. So the takeaway here is you got to handle these with care. Okay, so we have our workdays and holidays all mapped out. But real business is messy. It's not always that simple. You've got these unique, important dates that aren't exactly holidays, but they're still critical for planning. And that's where special rules come into play. Yeah, think of special rules like sticking a big gold star on a specific date in your company's calendar. It doesn't mean the factory's closed, but it signals to the system that something important and specific is happening on that day. Let me give you a perfect real-world example. Let's say you have a big rebate deal with a supplier that gets settled up at the end of every quarter. Well, you'd go into the calendar and define the last working day of March, June, September, and December as special rules. That way, the system knows exactly when to trigger all the automated processes for that settlement. Pretty smart, right? But, and this is a big but, here's where people can get tripped up. It's so tempting to think, oh, my supplier is shutting down for 2 weeks. I'll just add that as a special rule. Nope, can't do it. You have to remember, the factory calendar is all about your operations, not your partners. That's a really critical distinction. All right, next up, we need to tackle something that honestly confuses a lot of people when they're starting out. That's the difference between a factory calendar and a planning calendar. They sound almost the same, but trust me, they do very, very different jobs. Let's break it down like this. The factory calendar is the big wall calendar for the entire plant. It just tells you if the lights are on or off. The planning calendar, though, is much more specific. It's for a particular material, and it sets a rhythm, like, for this specific part, we only order it every other Wednesday. It's all about creating a specific cycle for planning and purchasing. And if there is only one thing you remember from this section, please let it be this. They are maintained completely separately. The system will not hold your hand here. If you add a new company-wide holiday to the factory calendar, it does not automatically update your planning calendars. You have to go check those manually. So you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but how do these things actually get built in the system? Well, we're not going to dive into transaction codes or anything, don't worry, but let's just walk through the conceptual flow, because it's actually really logical. It's basically like building with Legos. You start with the smallest pieces, the individual public holidays, then you snap those together into a bigger block, which is your holiday calendar, like a US holidays calendar. Then you take that block and attach it to your main factory calendar. And the very last step, you just tell the system, hey, this plant uses this calendar. See? It's a clean, step-by-step process. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's just boil this all down into the absolute must-know essentials that you need to carry with you. Number 1, the factory calendar is the boss. It is the master schedule for your entire operation. Number 2, special rules are your go-to tool for those important but non-holiday business dates.
3, and I'll say it again, factory and planning calendars are two totally different animals, and you have to manage them separately. And finally, number 4, getting the setup right from day one is absolutely crucial. If it's wrong, everything that follows will be wrong too.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Just think about the domino effect. One single holiday entered on the wrong day. What's the real financial damage of that one tiny mistake? We're talking late material deliveries, production lines grinding to a halt, delayed shipments, angry customers. It's a small detail with a potentially massive impact. Hey everyone, and welcome